Welcome to the Max Insights Podcast, where we help you maximize your mindset, master marketing, and stay motivated. Hosted by national speaker and real estate strategist, Ifoma Pierre. This show delivers high-impact strategies, expert insights, and the motivation you need to scale your business. And now, here's your host, Ifoma Pierre.
Well, tip top of the day to you, family, and welcome back to the podcast. Today, we want to talk to you about the 3 things successful people do and how you can too. I want to tell you a story about 2 guys who started working at the same company on the same day. And let's call them James and Eric. They both had the same education, the same opportunities, and the same resources. But 5 years later, James was running the company top performing division, while Eric was still struggling to get promoted. Now, you might be thinking that James got lucky. Maybe he had better connections. But the truth is, James and Eric had access to the same mentors, the same training, and the same opportunities. So what's the difference? James built habits that set him apart, while Eric relied on good intentions alone. Here's why I told you that story. Success isn't random. It's not about luck or talent. It's about the habits you commit to every single day. And if you look at the most successful people in the world, you'll notice that there are 3 things consistently. And let's break those down. Number 1, successful people show up every day. A lot of people only take action when they feel like it. They wait for motivation, they wait for the right time, or they wait until they have everything figured out. But successful people, they show up whether they feel like it or not. Think about athletes. Do you think they only train on the days they are feeling inspired? No, they train every day because they know that consistency beats intensity. It's not about going all out once in a while. It's about doing the small, important things day after day until results start to show. So ask yourself, what's one area in my life where you've been inconsistent? Now commit to showing up to it every day, even if it's just for 10 minutes. Number 2, successful people keep learning and growing. There's a reason successful people are always reading books, attending conferences, and surrounding themselves with people who challenge them. They understand that the moment you stop learning, you stop growing. Take Warren Buffett, for instance, one of the most successful investors in history. He spends 80% of his day reading and thinking. Why? Because he knows that his success depends on constantly expanding his knowledge. He doesn't assume he already knows enough. He makes learning a daily habit. And here's the thing, you don't need to spend hours reading to apply this principle. It can be as simple as listening to a 10-minute podcast like this one, reading 1 chapter of a book, or asking a mentor for advice. So ask yourself, what's one skill or topic you can learn more about starting today? Growth starts the moment you decide to stay curious. And number 3, successful people follow through with excellence. There are 2 kinds of people, those who do just enough to get by and those who go the extra mile. And guess what? The extra mile is never crowded. There's a reason certain businesses thrive while others struggle. It's not just about providing a service, it's about providing exceptional service. The people who rise to the top aren't necessarily the smartest or the most talented. They're the ones who follow through with excellence in everything that they do. It's the difference between someone who completes a project just to check it off the list versus someone who goes back, fine-tunes it, and makes sure it's the best it can be. It's the difference between answering a client's question with a short response versus taking the time to truly solve the problem. So what's one area in your life where you've been settling for good enough? Decide today, give it just 10% more effort, because the extra mile is where greatness happens. That's it for today's podcast. If you like what you've heard, I want you to hit subscribe, drop a comment, and share with someone who needs to hear it. Keep pushing forward, stay consistent, and as always, take it to the max. See you on the next one. God bless you.
Now that's a wrap for this episode of the Max Insights Podcast. If you got value today, subscribe, drop a comment, and share it with someone who needs to hear this. And remember, success starts with mindset, grows with marketing, and thrives with motivation. Now go out there and take it to the max.